Mr. Speaker, I wanted to provide an update on the non-existent high-speed rail project in California. As I've noted on this floor before, I've introduced a resolution or legislation to cut off all future federal funding for California high-speed rail. I was with Secretary Duffy when he announced an investigation into where the recent federal funding has actually gone, and I have called upon the FBI Director Kash Patel to launch an investigation into what happened to the $17 billion that has already been spent. At this point, the cost of the project is estimated to be about $100 billion more than it was initially sold to the public. But we did get some news this week, and maybe I've been a little too unkind to high-speed rail. The new CEO, and by the way, this is the 5th CEO, so there have been 5 more CEOs than there have been riders. 5 CEOs, 0 riders. The new CEO came out with some exciting news. He announced that he has a goal by the year 2045 of completing the line going from Palmdale to Gilroy. So let's parse that statement. A goal of 2045 going from Palmdale to Gilroy. Well, 2045 is, of course, 20 years from now. I'll note that when the project was passed in 2008, it was supposed to be done, the entire thing, by 2020. So the whole thing was supposed to be done 5 years ago, but now the CEO is saying, I've got an exciting, ambitious plan. We're going to have Palmdale to Gilroy completed in 20 years. And this is just the goal. There have been a number of goals in the past in the tortured 17-year history of this project, and they've blown right past them, missing deadline after deadline with more cost overruns than we can even keep track of. And then finally, when you look at what his goal, which is very unlikely to actually be reached, is, it's to go from Palmdale to Gilroy. So where are these places? Remember, the initial project, it's supposed to ultimately go from Los Angeles to San Francisco, the 2 main population hubs of California. Well, Palmdale is a ways away from LA. It's about 37 miles. Northeast of Los Angeles. So if traffic is good, it'll take you an hour in your car, or 2 hours if you're using existing public transportation. So think about this. You're taking our high-speed rail, which, by the way, isn't going to be that fast. It'll probably be the slowest high-speed rail system in the world, if it even gets built. And then you get out at Gilroy, and you have to somehow have a car there and drive another hour, or you hop on public transit for another 2 hours of travel just to get into LA. And it's similarly on the north part of it. Gilroy is 70 miles from San Francisco, and you'd be going for at least another hour, probably more. You'd certainly be driving more than an hour after hopping off there if you actually wanted to get into the city. So of course I'm being facetious when I say that this is an exciting, ambitious plan. It is just another example of why we need to end this project once and for all. There is absolutely no reason that state or federal taxpayers should continue to fund a project that is going absolutely nowhere, especially when our roads are in such bad shape, among the worst in the entire world. It's time to redirect this spending towards transportation needs that will actually improve the quality of life for Californians.